Hi everyone, thanks for stopping by and seeing what I'm up to today. This just came out about 14 minutes ago, so we're going to go ahead and play it.
Hey everyone, Kevin here with the latest news fresh off the press regarding the next stimulus. So this is your stimulus, a check and stimulus package update for May 12th. First things first, House Democrats are expected to finally release the text of the bill today. Like, this is like Christmas for me. I am so jazzed over this coming out today. It was supposed to be either Monday or Tuesday, and of course, today's Tuesday and we still don't have it, and now it's kind of like, oh, don't worry, it'll be later today. But this is good. I mean, we're getting closer. We're coming in. We're coming in hot. The expectation is that the House will vote on this hopefully Friday, because that's going to get this moving fast. Worst case, they're going to vote on this bill next week, maybe next Monday or Tuesday. Now, at the same time, you're going to hear a lot of drama on the internet or wherever you get your news. You're going to hear a lot of drama about Republicans going, man, you know what? Why don't the Democrats just bring the House back to session? The answer, the Democrats haven't brought the House back to session yet, is because the bill is not ready yet. There's nothing to do. Their priority right now is this big bill. And when the bill text is introduced, then they're calling everybody back to the House. But this is a funny, like, little political negotiating move, because yes, it is true, the Republicans who are controlling the Senate have called the Senate together last week and this week, and they're pounding out nominations. They're doing the Fauci hearing today. They've got a lot of things going on. So yeah, when you look at it, it's like, wow, why is that chamber totally empty over there? What are you guys doing in the House? Nothing. And then this one's busy doing something. Yes, but when you look a little deeper, it's not really fair to characterize it that way. And that's my goal, is always to try to peel back the layers, see what's really going on here. Now, regarding the current stimulus check, and then I'm going to go back to stimulus check number 2, I just want to mention that there are 20 million Americans still waiting for payments. And I just want to remind you, go to irs.gov/EIP, get your direct deposit information in there, and if you're getting a mail check and you think it's going to an old location, USPS.gov to change your address. Okay, now, let's do further notes here on what Mitch McConnell is saying about this next round of stimulus. Right now, the only thing we're getting out of Mitch McConnell is, well, we don't have the urgency right now, but what we are going to do is we're going to start drafting our own language for liability protections. This is actually really good, because think about this. Remember, the next big bill that gets passed is going to be a massive kitchen sink of a bill that's going to incorporate a bunch of other bills and text. And so if Mitch McConnell's going, let the Democrats put their package together, we're on pause over here. In the meantime, I'm going to work out the language for this liability protection bill I need. That is actually a good thing. He is going to then outline exactly what his demands are going to be for liability protections, essentially in exchange for what Democrats will want, because that is a contention point between both parties. So that's good. That is a sign of progress, and it's also a sign that Mitch McConnell knows that bill is coming. Mitch McConnell would not, remember, he's the Republican leader in the Senate, right? He would not draft a liability bill on its own, because guess how far that would get? Nowhere. The Senate might pass it, but the House won't pass it. It's going to be incorporated into a bigger bill. So him saying he's going to introduce language on a, spearhead a broad package of coronavirus liability protections related to COVID litigation. That is a very good sign that he is actually, even though he says he doesn't care about this big Democrat bill, he basically is saying, I know it's coming and I'm preparing my negotiations, okay? Like, it's cool. But we're on pause, because that's politically what we have to say. I'm telling you, the read between the lines stuff here is great. I love it. I get entertained by this. I haven't even had coffee yet today. Which means, do I still need life insurance then? I don't know, but you should sign up for life insurance. Use that link down below. I'm telling you, I love it. I keep getting emails from y'all like, thank you, Kevin. It was so easy. I Apple paid for it on my phone. Like, I love Apple paying for things. Maybe that's dangerous. Anyway, by the way, I also want to clear up a rumor about this next stimulus package. There's a rumor going around that the stimulus package is going to be between $800 billion and $1 trillion. I don't know where this rumor is coming from, but I have a suspicion as to where it's coming from. But I want to say, I believe this to be utterly false. I believe that this next stimulus package is going to be larger than CARES Act 2, which means I believe it's going to be in excess of $2.5 trillion, possibly as high as $3 trillion. It could even exceed $3 trillion. I don't think it's going to go more than $4 trillion, though. Although, in theory, that is also possible. And the larger it is, the more likely that we're going to see stimulus checks and possibly even in a monthly format, which would be absolutely phenomenal. But the rumor about this
So
being an
cool.
$800 billion package or $1 trillion package, that's only the state and local government portion, not payroll taxes, not food stamps, not stimulus checks. It's just one part of it. A big thing that is actually
That's
going to
crazy.
push for additional stimulus in our market is the fact that we have Fauci in the Senate right now going, look, we've got 8 vaccines that are in development, but the bottom line is if we skip over, this was quote, if we skip over the checkpoints in the guidelines to, quote, open America again, then we risk the danger of multiple outbreaks throughout the country. This will not only result in needless suffering and death, but would actually set back on us back on our quest to return to normal. Yikes! And so he sort of warns us that the consequences could be really serious of reopening too soon. And this is, bad, obviously, for our society and our economy, but good news for the next stimulus package, because it's kind of bluntly, you got Fauci basically in the Senate going, yo, come on, we need to help these people. We need this stimulus package. So
Today.
when all of the things continue to come together, this is good news. Furthermore, we have obviously Pelosi slapped back at McConnell for saying pause. I'm not going to get into this like little chit chat stuff. What I do want to talk about in terms of chit chat is if you want to see something interesting, the Supreme Court is live broadcasting oral arguments as to whether or not Donald Trump's tax return should be released. Now, some of you might find that deathly boring. Others of you might find very interesting how judges talk and they sort of interview these. I mean, think about some of the most highly paid attorneys probably in the country. This is very fascinating. I'll put a link for that down below. You can see that at PBS NewsHour. Fascinating. And what else is fascinating is getting 2 free stocks with Webull and you standing by with that notification bell on and that subscribe.
Yeah, we know, because they're subscribing to me. They're not subscribing to you. Good job, Kevin. Thank you for the information. This is Silky. Thanks for stopping by. Like, subscribe, and share. This is Silky signing off.